What is up, guys? It's whatever here with our GBU draft analysis. Now, GBU was started by John Jr. He's got a whole bunch of friends like Amel, Owen, uh, Del Rey, Owen, the other Owen, Obo, and then a whole bunch of people from the community like Q, Lars, just people that are like such a weird group of people, and it just kind of works. It's a very chill like friends vibe, and I love that. And I'm so happy that John let us in. I literally did the please, please, please let me in, beg for like 3 months, but hey, it worked. But anyways, we got third pick. Um, One thing is, I thought this is all with DLC mods, by the way. So this is like our first DLC draft. Everyone doesn't know like how good things are. We literally tiered like day that everything came out. So that was just something that, some people can take advantage of, some people can't. One thing I do want to throw off right off the bat is Terra rules. Terra rules are, I believe, 12 points and under only, but each individual Pokemon has its own Terra thing. So let's say, even though this is banned, I'm just going to use Regieleki as an example. Let's say Regieleki is normally 8 points. Um, if it has a Terra price of 12 points, that means it costs 12 points total to Terra. So you had to draft it at that 12 point total. Or not total, but that 12 point price point. So yeah, so it just kind of helped like keep things a little bit toned back with all the power creep and everything. But with that, we kind of allowed something that was kind of crazy, a Darkrai. Now, I know Owen made a video on this, like maybe it's not as broken as people think. I think in that decks it's totally fine. I think in Paldea decks, I think it's definitely worth a try because, smaller decks, and even though we just got a whole lot of new mons, it's definitely a hard Pokemon to switch into. It's a definite, like, very good Pokemon. I think it's a top 3 minimum, then that's, like, depending on your, preferences and stuff. But I was like, okay, I really want that because we got third pick. But if I don't get that, I'll at least get Chenpao because someone's going to take Dragapult, or someone's gonna try a new Pokemon. Um, and so what we did is we took Monkey Dory. If you can see, Chenpao went. So that's not good for us because we wanted to try Chenpao. It's alright. Monkey Dory is the new Pokemon. Toxic Chains its ability, which gives it a 30% chance to badly poison. Toxic on any attack. So you can hit something with a Psychic and Toxic it. I think that is such a crazy ability. It's basically like Dire Claw for Sneasler, but on like any attack. But it's only badly poisoned. But still something that like no drawback kind of aspect to it. I think it's crazy, especially because this thing gets U-turn, Fake Out. Like I said, Psychic. It could be Nasty Plot set, and it could also like just do a whole lot of damage too. So like I said, Nasty Plot set. It can be Calm Mind. There's like a whole bunch of things that it can do. Now, yeah, just like I wanted to try it. Definitely looks like the best one out of the 3. Um, and to pair it up, we got it all the way back after 16. By the way, this sniped John Jr., so John thought it was dropping to 11 like a nerd. Anyways, he sucks. We win. We got Cinderace. We got Cinderace on the way back. I just thought it was, good speed tier. Helps with hazard control with court change. Pyro Ball, high jump kick, gun shot, all high base power moves. A physical attacker, a U-turner. I'm like, there's not much more you can like ask for a complimentary mon. I don't think Cinderace is the best, shouldn't be the top Pokemon, but I think it's one of the better, complimentary ones, which is why we took it here. Now, originally, I wanted our third rounder right here, but I realized something that the first 2 people weren't going to get it, and you'll see here in a second. But anyways, the Bunny Rabbit just hits hard, It's here to U-turn, it's here to break, it's here to clear some hazards maybe, swap things around, and Sucker Punch, It's just something that I thought kind of paired well with getting things in, or letting the Monkey Dory in, and also our next pick. And we're just going to get to that right now. King Gambit. I've wanted to use this mon since it came out, and this is my chance to do it. Supreme Overlord is such a crazy thing in draft because in draft you're all about differential and sacking the right things, and if you sack the wrong things and, are on the best, what do you call it? On the best, goodness, like, don't do the right plays and, like, you accidentally sack them on, King Gambit Supreme Overlord can power you up and let you, like, come back, you know? So I think that's just such a cool aspect to it. It could be a Swords Dance set, getting you turned into, from, like, a Monkey Dory, a Cinderace, it's just gonna be a good breaker. Kowtow Cleave, Ironhead, really good power. I wish it got knockoff. Unfortunately, it didn't. But, I think this thing is going to be, like, super strong. Sucker Punch is going to be just huge off of this. But, yeah, we're going to go to Rillaboom. Obviously, if you can tell, our first 3 picks are Week 2 Ground. That is not good. So we got another U-turner with also a Ground Resist. So we can use this thing defensively. Grassy Surge is going to come up a lot, and it's going to give recovery to our King Gambit, which I thought would really help that. And also, it's got Grassy Glide back. This thing is going to be 55 base power Grassy Glide, by the way. So, not the strongest. However, it is still going to hurt. With that boost, it's going to do a whole lot. Now, this thing, it was like kind of more of a glue pick. I loved Rillaboom back when it had Glide in the first place, and I wanted to try it out with the the new updated Glide. So we'll see how it goes here. Next pick, we went Vaporeon. At this point, I realized I needed to start getting switch into things, and I think Vaporeon, in terms of human anatomy, you know what I'm saying. But anyways, this thing is a definite switch in. It got access to Flip Turn. It got Roar back, I think. It's got Calm Mind now. Like, it just, I think it's just, like, so good. I think it's so good now with Calm Mind. Roar, so it can't be, like, set up on. Wish, Protect. I could wish into, King Gambit or Rillaboom, Cinderace, or Monkey Dory even. Depending on, like, if they're going for a fighting move. Who knows? But I think this thing is just going to be a real great switch into things. It's also going to help us get momentum. Our entire first 5 picks have momentum, which is cool to be a draft league player and say that. But it's not an end-all be-all. One thing I noticed at this point is I don't have hazards. So, we went ahead and get the hazards. Now we got Donphan here. Donphan has access to high horsepower, so it works with Rillaboom as well. It's got Rapid Spin, which is the main reason I got this. I wanted a ground type that isn't shafted by the grassy terrain. This spins, so it gets rid of hazards as well. And it's got rocks, too. I think it's just good glue piece. Can knock off. Ice Spinner. Ice Shard. I think it's got Play Rough, Seed Bomb, too, even. Gunk Shot. It's one of those Pokemon that has, like, a weirdly insane move pool. At this point, people know what Donphan does. Next, we got the Dunsparce. So, we were like, I want another rocker, something that I can, also bring any week. I love, normal types that can just, like, eat any pit, and I think the Dunsparce does that with the like, move pool that it has. Insane, like, absolutely insane move pool. Boom Burst, you could be Shadow Ball, Calm Mind. This thing gets rattled. Serene Grace, you could do Serene Grace body slams and stuff like that. Glare. I think it's just going to be a good support mod. I think this thing is going to help set the stage for Cinderace, King Gambit, and Monkey Dory, even Rillaboom, to just go in and do work. At this point, I was like, wow, I kind of dipped down a little bit, and I still have so many points left. So we went ahead and got Salamence. At this point, I was like, fuck it. There's no reason not to. I thought Intimidator. Why not? Flying type stab. Why not? I just think it would just, kind of fill things that I needed. I do have Vaporeon and King Gambit to be ice resist. The Dunsparce is basically an ice resist too, because it's just that guy. Yeah, so basically I was just like, we got enough points for it. Let's just go out and get it. And at this point, almost all the good Terra Pokemon went. But I found one that I think will work with this team. Now, I'm not super high on the Mon as itself, but I think on this team it could definitely work. and that's Hawlucha. Now, Hawlucha is going to be Grassy Seed, White Herb, Unburdened, Sweeper. We have to choose 2 types, so I made it Flying and Ground. The Ground type's going to help with anything that Flying and Fighting doesn't. And basically, like your Jirachis, Goldengos, I think the only thing it doesn't hit is like the Zapdos and, Torrens. But we have Stone Edge for that, and it's just gonna be so good. I think this is gonna get 3 wins on its own. It's just that kind of mon. With Terra, I think it's gonna help like get set up on, or like help it set up to sweep. Again, it's also a U-turner if we need it to. Mold Breaker, if there's a sturdy Pokemon or anything like that. I think this thing is gonna be fun to use. I mean, I've used it like once before, and it was a little rough because I feel like you have to bring the terrain, and if the terrain has a bad matchup, then it's really hard to force the 2 Pokemon on. So that's a little rough, but we'll definitely deal with it because I feel like at this point, any of my top 8 Pokemon can come every week. I feel like there's no Pokemon in my top 9 even, because this is our Terramon, that aren't coming every week or don't have the option to. And so, like, at this point, I kind of blew a lot of my budget. And so I was like, you know what, we're going to have to go down and get the rest of the team kind of centered out. So we got Carbink here. Carbink's a Spiker. It's a Fairy type. And, I don't know what else you want from me. It's a Carbink, At this point, like, this was, like, one of the best things left. Like I said, I wanted a Spiker for sure. And I didn't have a Fairy type, so might as well get Carbink, this thing might come more than it should because just, Fairy type is so good, and so are Hazards. So, it's here to do the thing, we can set up screens if needed. It's really just a Carbink, guys. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys about my naming theme. Anyways, we'll say it after the whole team. So, at last pick, we got Slowpoke. We had 1 point left over. There's not a whole lot of good 1-pointers. So I'm not, tripping too much. I just figured this thing is just gonna, be there. I didn't really care too much about it, but I think he's gonna be our mascot, and I think that's very telling as to how my mood is with Slowpoke. But yeah, so this thing is so my naming thing is gonna be songs that were released in Gen 9 when Gen 9 was released, because we have like 1, 2, or not Gen 9, Gen 8? No, it was Gen 9 because it's Monkey Dory, King Gambit, Dunsparce. Those 3? Yeah, those 3 Pokemon are all Gen 9 Pokemon, and that's the most Gen that I have on my team right now. So we're doing 22 songs. So we got Industry Baby here, the Slowpoke, because he's my Industry Baby, you know what I'm saying? Little baby. We got First Class, the Carbink. Let's see. TT Me Pregunto, that Bad Bunny song for Hawlucha, because he's a Nacho Libre, baby. Kill Bill, the Salamence, we love SZA. Stay, the Dunsparce, because he looks like J-Bear. I Hate You, the Dawn fan, because, whew, do I hate you. Vaporeon is Need to Know, the Doja Cat song, where she's like blue in the music video. Rillaboom is Pushin' P, because, he be pushing that P. Knife Talk, the King Gambit, which I think is a perfect name. Heat Waves, the Cinderace. And Unholy, the Monkey Dory. I think this team is going to be a good one. I cannot wait to use it. And I will see you guys week 1 then. All right, peace.